Your move, your move.
What's up, guys? It's Rogta here, back with our boy Cassus.
Let's go.
His link to his YouTube channel will be in the description as usual. But today he has a very spicy Darkworld list for us.
Yeah.
I had a Darkworld list on the channel, I think a couple of months ago now. This is a updated version, and it has been going very, very well for him. So without any further ado,
It's fully goated.
it's you can take us through the deck, my guy.
All right. So, first, I played 3 rainbows. Pretty standard in every Darkworld build. 3 Ganta, also standard. You need to see Ganta to start off your combos. Snow is one of the best extenders, because it adds you anything. You can add the Ceruli to hand loop. You can add the fusion to fuse and everything. But only 2 graphs. I'm only playing 2 graphs because you can easily break on multiple graphs. And graphs that not start you the loop to keep looping back your Dark Worlds to hand. Rainbow is the one that starts your loop. So you want to see Rainbow more than graph, because you add the graph from Rainbow anyway. And 2 Silva for the hand loop. If one of your Silva gets bestials or banished or whatever happens to it, you still have a second one. 1 beige. It's easy access to Dugaras and an extra body. And 1 Ceruli for the hand loops. You only need 1, you don't need more. You break on more because it's searchable, and anything you draw it throughout the combo. And for the non-Darkworld cards, 1 Blackwing Zephyros Delete. Either sometimes I want to bounce my Dark Worlds, but most of the time I bounce back the dangers to extend more. Speaking of dangers, 3 Modman. Tears is not in the meta anymore, so Modman is free. If you special summons, you draw 1. If it discards, still draw 1, and even better, discard 1. 2 Nessies. I don't feel the need to pay 3 because it can get pretty cloggy. I would rather have multiple Modmans to start off. 2 Bigfoots. Going first when they get sniped is sad, but they are really good when going second, and they allow you to go into Coach King very easily. 1 Jackalope, 1 Chupacabra. Chupacabra is really good. You can either special summon a Bigfoot to go into Coach King, or a Mothman to go into Dugaras and extend. And 1 more danger, the Thunderbird, just an extra level 8. I need level 8 for Coach King, I need level 8 for trading, and it's just an extra danger. And now for the draw, 3 Allure. Arul is just broken his deck. Just draw 2, banish anything you want. Trading is great. I'm not as good as Arul, since trading will not trigger your graphs or rainbows, but they will trigger your dangers. If you're going second, you can pitch a Bigfoot to pop 1. And just 2 gates. I don't feel the need to pay more than 2 gates, because again, you can brick on gates if you don't have a starter in your hand, like a danger to discard or a Ganta to start off your combos. Gates is dead in hand. And most of the time you don't really need more, because the dangers and the lures and the trading lets you go through your entire deck anyway. 1 Dark World Fusion is searchable and recurable, so no need to play more than 2. Archives, again, searchable, you don't need to play more than 1, and you might even brick on it from time to time if you open it. So 1 really good card in this deck is Triple Tactics. Not only if you get Hand Trap, it allows you to extend more by drawing 2. Ceruli is going to trigger triple tax. So if you need to completely hand loop your opponent, you can triple tax away their last card, or you can extend more, depending on your hand. And the best extension, card destruction. Again, tier are not in the meta anymore, So card destruction is basically free in most decks, against most decks, and if you have multiple Dark Worlds, card destruction is just absolutely nuts. And that will be it for the main. Now to the extra. One Underworld Goddess, because you easily get multiple bodies on field, so you can Underworld Goddess a problematic card. Zelantis, because you have multiple bodies on board, you can turn Saryuja into Zelantis. And if you have an extra Mudcracker and your opponent has a problematic board, Zelantis banish everything. Mudcracker, you lock yourself into Fiends, so you cannot bring back their cards anymore unless they're Fiends. So Zelantis is basically a board wipe. Speaking of what usually link away into Zelantis, Saryuja. If you break, go Saryuja and fix your hand, basically. Also get a free special. Then I'm playing one Apo. The multiple bodies, you can easily get a 4 material Apo. Speaking of boss monsters, I have one Black Luster Soldier. You have so many level 8s. Black Luster Soldier is gonna be protected from destruction all the time, basically. And in the battle phase, he has some really good effects that come in handy. One Cross Sheep for extension, because not only you XCs in this deck, you also fusion, so you can extend so easily. If you happen to have a bad time, you can always go into Mudcracker to extend more. You lock yourself into Fiends, but if you do that towards the end of your turn, it doesn't really matter, because you already have the Garas off. You already had maybe another extra links or something. So most of the time Mudcracker is free. It's a free special, especially if something happens to your one of your Dark Worlds and they end up in grave, like Silva or Ceruli, and you can't do the hand loop anyway. You can reborn them back, put them back with a rainbow or graph, and go from there. To do the hand loop, ask a magician to bounce back the Ceruli to use it again and hand loop again. One IP to go into either Underworld Goddess, maybe even Blackglass. No, not so much Blackglass as Soldier, but mainly Underworld Goddess and Apo. And for the XCs, one Coach King, amazing card in his deck. He can come up in time many of the times. One Hope Harbinger. If you can get 3 level 8s and you have 2, you can go into Hope Harbinger. One Dweller for the graveyard heavy matchups. One Dugaris to extend. And then the 2 Grapha Fusions. And that would basically be it for the extra.
It's time! Let's go!